If you're thinking about making a move right here to the Dallas, Texas area, this video is for you. Now, we know if you're looking in this location that it can be absolutely daunting and overwhelming. Dallas, Texas is huge, and in this video, I'm going to help you break down the best locations that people are actually moving to. Now, we know that most of you that call don't actually move to the city, but you want the suburbs. You want the suburban life in the best areas. These places are going to have the top rated schools, the best new construction homes, the best master plan communities, etc. And everything around you is usually brand new as well. So we're going to be covering the top locations that people are wanting to relocate to help you hopefully narrow down this search for you. So make sure you stick around because we're getting after it right now. So we're going to get started off with the most requested areas, and that's going to be the Prosper, Salina, and Frisco areas. Now, if you've looked in those areas, you know that it's not really cheap in these parts anymore. Everybody wants to be there because there's school ratings and they know what is to come. And of course, everything is brand new. So where are these places located? They're going to be just off the Dallas North Tollway on the northwest side of the Metroplex. Now, something really exciting that just occurred is they just announced that they're going to be moving the Dallas North Tollway from Frisco all the way through Prosper and Salina. So if you can expect, tons of growth coming here shortly, there already is, but this is just going to, explode that growth even more. Salina is actually supposed to be bigger than Frisco when all is said and done because it's a bigger area. So crazy things going on out there, and once again, the most requested area. So we'll start out with Salina. Some of the areas are the most popular are going to be the Mustang Lakes and Wilson Creek. Wilson Creek is the brand new community. Mustang Lakes has been around for quite some time. Absolutely. Horse Ranch turned beautiful neighborhood, one of the most requested for higher end areas, and it's going to be, of course, a little more expensive. Light Farms is another really nice area that's just about built out, but there are still homes available. I'm helping people that are moving there right now. But one thing to consider if you're looking at the Salina area is the culture shock. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of open fields and ranches, and you can drive, it seems like forever, and just see, miles of fence line and cows and nothing else, and then you'll run into a brand new construction neighborhood. So sometimes people come up here and they're like, what is all the rave about with Salina? It's just, there's nothing here. I think a lot of it has to do with, the safety and knowing where it's going and where it's headed and these beautiful communities. Now, just below Salina, you're going to get probably the most requested area, and that is going to be Prosper, Texas. It seems like everybody that calls me that has the budget for it wants to be in Prosper, Texas. But why is that? Prosper, Texas is going to be right off of the Dallas North Tollway as well, and Highway 380. Everything north of Highway 380 is going to be Prosper. It is Jerry Jones' old stomping grounds. He owned all this land, and now it is just like the name says, very prosperous. We've got all the brand new shopping and dining areas and places continually growing and building out this way, and some of the best neighborhoods that you could imagine. Light Farms comes to mind, some beautiful large homes, wide open areas, and of course the number one community, I believe just got ranked the number one community in Texas, and that is going to be Windsong Ranch. Now, Windsong Ranch, of course, they're known for their massive crystal clear lagoon that is private just to you and your neighbors, and a few passes to get your family in there. But it is very secure. It is one of the best places to move and live for your family. Homes out there are going to be on the pricier end for sure. You're probably going to be at least in the 800s to get into that neighborhood, and well over the $1 million mark. You can build a home for $2-3 million, custom home on a half-acre lot in that community. So the threshold is very high. There's so much to offer in that community, and so many great things to come. So that is probably the number one area requested. And right behind it, you wouldn't believe it was right behind it, is going to be Frisco, Texas. Now, everybody knows about Frisco. It's been all the rave for many, many years now. It has everything in Frisco. I call Frisco basically the brand new Dallas. Now, if you move here and you live in the outskirts and you're worried about the commute time to Dallas and you don't work there, don't worry about it at all, because you're never going to go to Dallas. You're going to go to places like Plano, and you're going to go to Frisco, because they have everything that Dallas has to offer, but it's brand new. Now, they even have more than Dallas has to offer. We've got the PGA headquarters. We've got the new Universal Studios that is going to be started here very shortly. Everything you could possibly imagine as far as shopping and dining is concerned, you can really spend your money in Frisco, Texas. So it's a little dangerous. I don't know if everybody wants to live there, because you're going to spend a lot of money. So it's a great place to live, very fun. It's going to be one of the priciest places there is. The priciest neighborhood that I've been showing lately is going to be the Fields Frisco. Fields Frisco is right by the PGA headquarters, with some of the most spectacular homes that you've seen. And, you know, one thing to note is that it's crazy expensive out there in that neighborhood. Most of the time I get a comment that says, what in the world are these prices? It feels like California or something, because it's ridiculous. I mean, there's 60-foot lots there, 40-foot lots, and they're going for well over $1 million, $2 million, $3 million for these pretty small homes and you know, lot sizes. So just know location is everything. And then with all the popularity, everybody wanted to move the same places and to be close to the PGA headquarters and where everything is going. It's going to be really pricey. Now, before I jump to another location, I wanted to cover one other small suburb that is very popular for people to move to if they are on a budget, or they just don't want to spend a fortune like you're going to spend in some of the Frisco, Salina, and Prosper neighborhoods. And that is Aubrey, Texas, and Providence Village. So Aubrey is definitely the most popular of the two locations as of right now, and they have some incredible neighborhoods. Now, if you want to get in really cheap, you can in Aubrey. You can build a brand new construction house in Aubrey, Texas, and the 3-400s, as well as Providence Village. The nicest neighborhood in Aubrey, Texas is going to be Sandrock Ranch, and that is a master plan community like you're going to see in Prosper, but you're going to save hundreds of thousands of dollars by moving to the Aubrey location that is just west. So if you don't have to be in the locations that I just mentioned, and you want to save a ton of money and still get a high-end luxury home for a whole lot less, Sandrock Ranch is definitely the #1 place to be. All right, now let's hop back over to the east side of the Metroplex. Now we are basically going from these locations we just stated down on 380 and going directly east. You're going to be traveling right through the large city of McKinney with well over 200,000 people. You have McKinney, Melissa, Anna, Van Alstyne, and even further north than that is going to be the city of Sherman. And I can't forget Princeton, Texas, which is just going to be just east of McKinney and Melissa. So we'll start out with McKinney, Texas. Now, McKinney, Texas is a big area like Frisco, but you're going to get a little bit or a lot more for your money in McKinney. The school ratings aren't quite as good in some of the locations. They still do have A-rated schools. In the top 2 neighborhoods, or actually 3 neighborhoods in McKinney, Texas, are going to be Trinity Falls, which is my favorite master plan community in McKinney, Texas, and those are going to be in the 400s to over $1 million. And then Painted Tree, which is the newest master plan community in McKinney, Texas, which all the hype is because it's brand new and a lot going on there. Some of the very similar builders that you're going to see in Trinity Falls are going to be in Painted Tree, but you're going to spend more in Painted Tree because it's newer. And then on the lower end, on the outskirts of McKinney on the northeast side, is going to be the community of Eastridge. Why is Eastridge so popular? Because it is a master plan community with much lower fees and much lower home prices. You're going to be able to get into Eastridge in the 300s, 400s, and very low 500,000s for their largest floor plan. Now, you may be wondering why that is. It's because it is on the outskirts. Big time. It's going to take you 10 to 15 minutes just to get to the highway. So I have people all the time, they come into town, they go to Eastridge, and they look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, this is the middle of the nowhere. It's still a McKinney address. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at the more affordable price point. If you can handle driving a little bit further, it's a great place to check out. Now we'll hop just east of that really quickly to the city of Princeton, Texas, another very popular location, one of the fastest growing cities in all of Collin County. They have great schools and so much going on there. And it is probably the most affordable place out of all the places that I'm going to list here today. You're going to be able to get, you have tons of options in the 300,000s as far as new construction goes. If you want to spend 400,000 to 500,000 in Princeton, Texas, you're going to get some really awesome homes. So just keep this in mind. It is probably a very popular place or is the most popular place for first-time home buyers as well as investors. So that might be a little bit of a negative for some of you out there, is that you just got to look into if this neighborhood allows investors or not, because it can get run over with investors. You want people to take care of their homes. Not everybody that rents is going to do that. So it's going to just, it may hurt the value later on, but it is the most popular place for first-time home buyers. The one caveat to Princeton, Texas is going to be that Highway 380 over there. It is a lot going on. Stop and go highway. It's going to take you a little bit longer to get out of Princeton if you want to go to McKinney and other places. And it's just not the prettiest drive ever, but there's a lot that Princeton does provide, and people have moved there for years and loved it. Like I said, it's one of the fastest growing areas and some great communities that are going on there. Now let's hop over to Melissa, Texas. Now Melissa, Texas is known for their schools. Now people that are looking in Frisco and Prosper, and you want to get a little more for your money in an area that is not as well known and still be in a freaking awesome school system, that is going to be Melissa, Texas, and it is definitely blowing up in popularity here as of late. They're not going to have near as many options as far as the master plan communities are concerned, but they've got some awesome homes and communities, Liberty, North Creek, and so many others with great builders. So if you're looking to be in a smaller area with amazing schools, Melissa might be the top spot that you haven't thought of. And there's one other community that's going to be the lowest price community in all of Melissa, Texas for new construction homes, and that is Bryant Farms. Bryant Farms is just east of the beautiful brand new Melissa High School that is absolutely stunning. Now let's hop up just one city north, and that is going to be with Anna, Texas. Now, Anna, Texas is actually going to be very similar to size of Melissa, Texas, but it's actually going to have its own grocery stores, multiple to be exact. We got Brookshire's, Walmart, everything a small town could need, as well as many restaurant options. Now, Melissa is catching up with an H-E-B getting built currently, restaurants coming there, and so much more. And of course, they have the very popular Buc-ee's. But in Anna, you're going to get a whole lot more for your money than you are in Melissa, Texas. Now you gotta be asking yourself why that is. One is going to be location. It's going to be just a little bit further north, and some people aren't willing to compromise on location. They want to be able to get to work very quickly. So you're going to add another 5 to 10 minutes to your commute time depending on where you live. Now they also have a little bit lower school rating. They're going to be in the B's, B+, depending on which school you go to on the school ratings. Now, not a huge difference, but as far as prices go, that is where it really changes quite a bit. Now, some of the most popular neighborhoods in Anna, Texas are going to be West Crossing and Villages of Hurricane Creek. Villages of Hurricane Creek has probably been one of the most popular that I've helped people here move to recently. We've got some great builders, First Texas Homes, Beezer, and so many more that are out there and more to come. So lots of exciting things going on in Anna, Texas. I lived here for quite some time myself, and then recently built a house just north of there in Van Alstyne, Texas. Now, Van Alstyne is where it actually, when they say small town, they mean it. So Van Alstyne, I love it because it's got a beautiful small town vibe. They've actually got a great downtown area to hang out and do things, restaurants, and so many things come in there as well. But they've got beautiful neighborhoods, master plan communities. Mantua is probably the most popular one. Thompson Farms is another one. These are areas that are going to have their own pools, own amenity centers, all the above, just like these areas that are much larger, but in a small town vibe. So great builders, great location. And this is also where you're going to be able to start getting larger lots. By larger lots, I mean there's going to be acre lot neighborhoods. These other places that I mentioned, those have kind of been phased out in those locations because land is hard to find. So if you're looking for a master plan community as well as a community on 1+ acre lots, you're going to have many options to do so in Van Alstyne, Texas. But you're also going to spend probably a little bit more depending on the location of the neighborhood in Van Alstyne, because they're a small town, but they have A-rated schools. So a lot of that value comes from the school system. And if you got a really high school rating, your prices are going to go up. And this is all off the 75 corridor. So anything going north on 75, just like on the west side of town with the Dallas North Tollway, is going to go up in value and quickly because it's convenient. You can literally live way up north and get to Dallas or Frisco or any of these areas very quickly with no issues at all. And you're going to save a ton of money compared to if you try to buy into the city. Now we'll briefly touch on way up north because I've been helping people move here recently and invest in these locations. That's going to be Sherman and Denison, Texas. Now we're really on the border. We're about an hour north from Dallas, still off of 75. And these locations are where affordability really steps in. You're going to be able to get so much more for your money in these locations. We have investors that buy brand new construction duplexes for, the high threes, $400,000 range, which is unheard of in Dallas. If you did that in Dallas, it would be over $1 million. So it's been a very popular place for investors as well as first-time home buyers and people looking to buy their forever home, maybe get a little space or a luxury home in one of these neighborhoods. They've got the largest investment in Texas history with Texas Instruments, the chip plant that's moving up there, $30 billion. So lots of jobs moving there. I've helped a lot of people that move in and around this area as well because of that. So tons of stuff going up that way. And it's right by Lake Texoma. Lake Texoma is where the Oklahoma, Texas border is. And it's a beautiful lake with sandy beaches all over the place. One of my favorite places to go in the summertime. Now I know there's a whole lot of other places in the Metroplex, especially out east in the Rockwall, Forney, Roy City and all those areas, but we're going to get to those at a later video. Those are also amazing areas where you can get lots for your money or some beautiful high-end homes. So I hope you got some value from today's video. Make sure if you haven't already to subscribe, and if you have any thoughts of moving here now or a year from now, please don't be shy. Give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I would love to help you make a smooth move to Dallas.